Okay, roll call. Brett Patrick here, David May, absent. Barb Patrick,
Here.
Lana Blanton,
Here.
Heather Ward.
Here.
Okay. Next on the agenda, approval of minutes from last meeting.
Can I have a copy of the minutes?
I don't know if I.
He'd have a copy of it.
Right here, I do have.
And until they're unofficial until you've actually agreed to approve them. So.
Oh, right here they are.
Yeah.
That's your A, or I messed Barb's name up there. Sorry, man. I told you I was in a hurry. Spell check keeps doing it.
Anybody got discussion on?
Can I make a suggestion? I think that the minutes probably ought to reflect, the motion to go into executive session.
Okay.
And that we returned and no action was taken on
Okay.
that. So just so it's clear that there wasn't
I
executive
can
session.
correct, yeah.
So do we need to wait to approve them or what?
No, you can,
Yeah.
approved as amended with that.
Yeah, and then I'll do the amendment.
Okay,
So,
I'll make a motion to approve them with the amendment to put that in there.
yeah.
Do I have a second? All in favor say aye. Nays? Ayes have it. Okay, from now on, we'll make a point to take care of that every time a closed session comes up.
It was
Just an oversight.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, my glasses on. Next on the agenda, approval of financial report / purchase orders.
You have your financial report in your packet, and then I'll pass around the purchase orders that need to be approved. Oh, I don't have it in there. find it. We had some miscommunication. Then here's any of the online bills that are all in this, that I've reflected there, but if y'all want to. Lynn, that one you're looking at, that was, oh, yeah, you can sign it, but, that second page, I didn't know if you had questions about it. Yeah, just sign both of them.
Which one here? Am I supposed to sign one here?
No, we
No.
didn't, no.
Okay, it's Lana only.
It just,
We'll wait till we do the amendment and then, you can sign it.
then you can sign that
Yeah.
after you put them in.
Yeah, I'll do that. So then we agree on the next one.
No, you're approved with that addition.
Okay, so this
It's
was
just that's the wording that needs to be in
Okay.
the minutes.
send it to me.
Okay, is that it? All right, I make a motion to approve the financial report and purchase orders.
And pay the bills
Pay
today.
the bills. I hear a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Next is open issues, the appraisal of current library building. Some of this will be reflected in new business, but you want to explain the deal on that, Melanie?
Well, at the last meeting, Brent made the motion to, that we get the appraisal on this building. So the appraiser and I, we've been playing phone tag, but I did talk to him today. He's gonna be in Salyersville on Friday and could do the appraisal, but I had discussed with Brent that we need some work done on the restrooms, and so he had asked that I talk to the appraiser if we need to have that done, and how it would affect the price, the appraisal. So he said it would affect it, so that would be up to you all if you want to.
Who is the appraiser?
Paul David Brown from Red Brown and Williams, he's the one that did ours on the church
On the
property.
church, okay, so it's a commercial appraisal?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
all right.
Yeah, he's got a flat rate of what,
Yeah,
$1,000?
yeah,
I think.
$1,000 to do.
Okay, so that's good, because
So-
the ones that aren't commercial,
Yeah.
they're limited to 250, so.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah, yeah, because we did quotes on the first one, and
Okay.
that's what he did.
Okay,
But, so my question was, he'll be in Salyersville on Friday. Do we want him to come in and maybe take a look? I mean, this is working restrooms. We do need some work. The other ones not. And, I don't know.
Well,
Whatever you all want.
let's wait and bring that back up when we bring up the restroom
Okay.
right there. And, all right, next is closing of escrow account for MG&T.
Yes, that was, just wanted to let y'all know that I was able to close it and transferred that money into, a checking account that we have. It's not our active checking account, but it's the checking account that I talked about that we could use for construction accounts, so that's something we can, but it was a total of, $49,444.69 that was transferred.
And reason she did that was like we discussed it, on account of like an audit report or something, it will be, because that was cost severance left over. So if we had that in a separate account,
Yeah.
that would, if we ever get audited, that will.
Just, it's easier to, I know, we opened that account when we did the automation here, just to kind of keep a clear paper trail of what we was actually using, so the board, the former board, we kept that open just to use as construction later on down the road, but we hadn't been using it other than put monies in it, yeah. It's just been kind of sitting there.
Okay, are we straight on that? Alright, next is new business, the maintenance and repair of the restrooms. As of right now, to my knowledge, this is the only toilet that works, right? And it don't work too good. I think we need a new toilet. It's been worked on several times, the guts and the back of it. Basically, we need a new toilet. Even at that, I don't know, we got a water pressure problem. I don't know what it is. There's a possibility it could be like where they poured the sidewalks and run water lines in the past. We don't know. If that's the issue, maybe the city maybe that's on them to fix it. I mean, if there's a major problem like from here to the lines out there, you're talking about major. I don't know, it could be all involved right in here. We'll have to get it looked at and see what's wrong. I don't know.
Zero water pressure, it's always been, and it's worse now.
Yeah, if the
Yeah.
toilet's refilling, the sink won't work. There's not enough water pressure to make both of them work at the same time.
Yeah, and we got another toilet and sink over there, right? Neither one of them works.
Yeah, we don't use those though. Every time it rains or anything, it backs up in there.
Is the first one any good anywhere in the building?
No.
Does the neighbors have the same problem?
No, the community center's fine, so I don't know about the CAP office, but, they're fine.
And they checked our meter.
We've had, I mean, it's been a problem since I've been here, so it's worse now, but, I mean, when I first started, we had a couple different, plumbers come in and look at it, and then, had one of the city workers, or the city water said they thought the old clay or some kind of, that they could have collapsed, and that it could be something
You know,
like
those
that.
old clay pipes they used to
So, I
use.
mean, we just don't know, we don't, as long as we've had one working, but now this one, you just could wash your hands and things, I mean, we have reading programs and things you have.
What's the meter?
Yeah,
On Main
at the
Street?
street, yeah.
Basically, I think what needs to be happening is just get somebody in here and look at all the sinks and all the commodes. And if they can be fixed reasonable without a major job, fix them. If not, worst case scenario, this toilet will flush, even though we need a new one there. And if I can get that sink working, at least we'll have one full bathroom.
Yeah.
And if we got a hot water problem, I mean, they make them little temporary hot water heaters that
We
you can
have
put.
it, yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe they can just do a plug-in one to have instant hot water just for that sink.
Just for that. In that little kitchen probably.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to,
But we definitely need something done. or,
Yeah, I mean, people
our-
comes in
it's
here
just
for-
gonna fall down.
they come in here for reading programs, and especially the kids and stuff. They need at least one bathroom and water to run, instead of having to use the hand sanitizer and stuff.
Well, we have to send, we send our patrons to the community center if they're open,
So,
Betty.
and according to the appraiser, that would affect her price. I don't know how much, but still, we need at least one working bathroom. I mean, we just have to have them look at it and see what they can do to help us to at least maybe get one going. But, I mean, we'll have them all checked out, but if we can just get one going would be,
Who you gonna get to look at it?
it's up to you all.
That's the problem. And that's over the years, like, you know, people say they'll come and look at it and then they never come.
I
So
know
it's
there
hard
at the
to-
bank, we've had issues before, we've had a plumber, but I don't think he was from Salyersville, cause it's hard to find a plumber in town here.
Mhm. It is.
And you're also gonna have to
Doesn't have to be
bring them in without
Yeah.
promise of the job.
Yep.
Because if it turns out it's over $20,000, would have to, heaven forbid, it's over $20,000, but if it were,
Oh,
if it's a
right.
bid process, and
No, I don't
you're
want-
not guaranteeing them a job in the
If
end.
the appraiser, as of right now, if the appraiser thinks he can be here by the end of the week, I'd like to try to get somebody in here. I've talked to Philip Williams, which he done our heating, and like I said, he said that he wouldn't care. Anybody else would get to come in here, they're gonna charge you to come, you know what I'm saying? Philip said he'd come in here, and if nothing could be done, he wouldn't charge us a dime. So, it's whatever you all wanna do.
Can he determine water problems too?
Yeah, well, I mean, to the best of his, yeah, we'll have him to look and see, and heaven forbid if they don't know, I guess it could be from here under the blacktop, I don't know.
Well, is it possible to get two estimates? I mean, and maybe an estimate for each space, that, you know, compartmentalize it, not just the whole project, but an estimate for that bathroom, an estimate for the kitchen, and an estimate for the bathroom.
We probably can, but the only problem with that, they wanna charge you what's it called?
Service.
They wanna charge you a service call right off the bat.
Well, you could say, I mean, I understand that, but a reasonable service call, but if they're awarded the project, then that's deducted from the amount.
Yeah, it's whatever you all wanna do, the only thing, you know, today's Tuesday, time is the essence, so I don't know.
You could probably bring in the one gentleman to give you an idea of what it is and say, we're going to have to get appraisals for this particular job. Would you be willing to put something in and then base your other jobs off of that too? Tell them, we've got this initial thing, this is what we see as the problem, and would you come in and give us an additional, how much would you charge to fix this problem that we've been given as what it is?
Only thing about that, we got a time limit.
Right.
Well,
Is that Johnson?
I'm game whatever you all wanna do, but the thing about it is, he said he wouldn't charge nothing to come down here.
And one thing about it, the appraiser, we could explain to
What
him.
is that in Greg's window? You know who that is?
Who?
B and K.
I don't know.
Is that Barney?
Johnson. No, it's not Barney.
No, there, I don't think,
I know it's
I don't
not.
think there's a plumber in Salyersville anymore.
This is who, I know he did some work for us at Greg's house, but if you need it too, that might be
I
something.
mean, who are they in Salyersville that is certified plumber?
Well, it used to be that Tommy boy, he went back to kind of getting
Gerald
that.
Sayer.
I'm a state certified,
Huh?
I'm a state certified plumber.
But you can't do business with them.
Yeah, you can't do business with him.
Sorry.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Well, you've also, I mean, with the appraisal, you're not going to be selling the building between this meeting and the next one, so he'll be probably back in town again, so you could move forward with the plumbing and then hold the appraisal until he's
Yeah,
back in
he
town
just told me he
the
was gonna
next
be in
time.
town on Friday, so that's why I thought, I mean. that
It's
was
whatever
nice.
y'all wanna do, I think Philip's the only one,
And he's the only one I know of.
he's
in
one,
the county
only one we got in the county, I mean,
that can do.
that can do it, so we'd have to get out of county, and when you get somebody coming out here of county, they're gonna charge extra. I mean. Yeah, I mean, if it's legal to get him, let's just go ahead and get
Let's
him.
see,
He can come in here, I mean, maybe tomorrow. Or if y'all got any other suggestions who to call, I'm game.
that guy from Louisville, is he a plumber?
Which one?
Steve or Mark or some of them?
I don't think so.
Okay, they're just builders.
Well, you have to
See,
go
that
back
thing about that is
working.
too,
And you're not gonna move into a new facility anytime in the foreseeable
Well,
future.
It's gonna be
We
a
have summer
couple of
reading.
days anyway.
So you need to have the bathroom fixed, you know, and as far as the appraisal goes, and he can give you a number based on it being fixed. And if it's
Yes,
not
he is,
fixed,
right.
then that amount of money will be reduced from the appraisal, but,
we don't know how many that can be fixed though. He might be able to just fix this and not fix that other bathroom.
But he can still do an appraisal on it
What's
based
wrong
on
with
if,
that
you know.
bathroom?
I'd rather go ahead and get it.
Water pressure too?
We quit using it after I cleaned up sewer, like
Oh,
this
oh,
deep.
you
Every
see.
time it rains, it
Yeah.
back, I don't know.
Well, that
what's wrong
has to
with
be
it.
a city problem then, if the sewer's backing up in it, cause I've
It's
seen that
just-
happen on the
you can't
Renaissance
run
building
water
too.
over there, I mean, it's,
Now, that happened at the health department.
yeah, it
during the
happened at
first
the,
one, and we had to finally get them to come in, they had to just dig up and
Yeah.
put new lines in.
I'd rather go ahead and get it fixed, what can be fixed, if it can be fixed before the appraisal comes.
Yeah, so just tell him to wait.
I mean, that way, it is, what the number is what the number is. If it fixes or what, that'd be what it's based on. That way, we ain't coming backwards and forth or having to readjust or whatever, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're not, I mean, even if you get an appraisal next week,
Yeah, I mean, we ain't no
Yeah,
hurry.
Mm-hmm.
you have nowhere to go.
Because we've got a lot more to go
Well, you
yet.
know, it needs fixed because, you know, as many people as we had here last month, that was an embarrassment if they had to go in there and use that bathroom.
Well, they had a
Well,
book reading down here last
didn't
night.
get the ceiling in there too, is falling at the back.
And
It's a
and-
shame.
and when
It's a
we-
shame that that's been going on this,
Yes.
this long.
And as many times as we have the book club, you know, that's got to be done too.
Yeah, yes. Had like 25 people in here last night.
Yeah.
But even if you have to run a new water line to the building, that solves all those potential problems, I think, so. You have to have a bathroom. But you should have 2 handicap accessible bathrooms.
Yes. And the other one
That's
was what we
state
used
law.
for,
Cause this doesn't have the
yeah.
room to
The room,
turn
but
a
the other one
wheelchair,
does.
and the other one does.
No handles, nothing.
You know, if you all wanna call and get different, people, that's fine with me, we'll have to go out of county though.
Well, I suggest that we go ahead and contact Philip and let him come and look at it. And then Melanie can find out who that is with the advertisement. And let them come too. At least let's get started on it.
I can check to see who was done our last one, cause we had a major, plumbing problem. I think they came from Johnson County.
What, I mean,
think that's-
just to,
Well, won't you do, you know what, let's just make this simple. Get Phillips' hourly rate, call somebody else and get their hourly rate, and let's just go with the cheapest.
Okay.
And instead of, cause listen, they're gonna charge us to come and look at it. I mean,
Service call.
they call you a service call. Phillips ain't gonna charge you nothing if he comes. He's gonna tell you what's wrong or what he think you can do, so I know that's gonna be the cheapest, but if you wanna call 3 people, call 3 people, get their hourly rate.
So you can give me that, okay.
Because I
Well-
think we really
And
need
then I'll
to.
get that.
hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
let's kind of back up a bit. If it's an emergency, you can make a phone call to say, hey, will you come over and fix it? It's hard to say it's an emergency if this has been going on for months, okay? So, I think the phone calls are fine, but do an ad in the paper soliciting, people to propose, provide an estimate. And it's not be selective about who I understand it's a short list.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
But let's make it a public offer of someone who's a licensed plumber to make a proposal to repair the facilities that need to be repaired.
Can we get that in the paper this week?
I need it pretty fast.
Okay.
If I get it in the morning, I can do it.
Okay.
We
I'll
have to do
call
it
Jimmy.
early.
Jimmy can give you the wording, and Jimmy can set you up with the wording and how you wanna take care of that too. That's who I would get a hold of.
Because we want it
Jimmy
right.
Go down.
He should be able to give you what you need to get that.
Well, I
Information.
still think you can make a phone call, and make sure that people know that you're requesting the proposal, but we want it to be a fair opportunity for anyone, so.
That's fine with me, do it however you want to. I think it needs to be, we just had a reading program down here last night, and they couldn't wash their hands.
You wanna get this done before summer reading starts.
Oh, no.
Cause when the kids come in here, there's no telling them we don't have a bathroom.
Well, the thing about it is, people that comes in during the day right now, when they come down here, they just got Purell to wash their hands with. I mean,
Yeah, that's not,
I just think it needs to be
Well,
done
they
as
don't, we
soon as
usually keep
possible.
it out of order, I mean, they don't even,
I actually stop at the BP station every time.
Well, I tell you what, just get three, let's move on,
We'll get a porta potty and put out here.
get 3 bids. Go the cheapest.
Okay. Okay, next.
Well, you're not gonna make that decision until you come back,
Right.
okay? And
Right.
it's not just putting it on Melanie to make that decision.
No,
Okay.
we want it brought back to the
Right,
board.
yeah, you want it to come back. You can call a
And
special
you,
meeting.
you know, special call meeting, just 24 hours in advance, notifying the appropriate people. And if that's all you do for the special call meeting, you can just do that. And all you need are if 3 board members are quorum, as long as everyone is notified.
Let me help you have a conversation with Jim, okay? So, if you wanna do what I suggested, you would say, a proposal from licensed, plumbers to, upgrade and bring into working order each of the facilities that are not in working order. I don't know how many there are. It sounds like there's at least 3. That bathroom, that kitchen.
There's
That's
another
2
ki- another
sinks, 2
kitchen too,
toilets.
a staff kitchen.
Okay, alright, so, and that the work be done to code. Okay, he's gonna give you that, but I think it's important because of the way you're doing it, that you have an amount for each, I'll call it each room, each bathroom, each kitchen. That way you can selectively say, okay, well, let's do the bathrooms now, and if you don't wanna spend any more money than that, then you come back later and do the kitchen, so it's not an all or none proposition.
That's
Does this need to be made in form of a motion though?
Yes.
So,
I'll make a motion to whatever.
What he said.
What he said.
So moved is how people usually handle that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever our lawyer suggested. I second it. All in favor say aye. Nays? Ayes have it. Question on that right there though. A lot of people has got like plumbing licenses, but they ain't got their own business. I mean, they don't carry workman's comp and all that. Do they need to have
Yes.
their paperwork?
You want them
do their
insured.
business.
So take
But
that.
their insurance has to be included.
Yeah, I mean, they are people that does it on the side around here, but they're just,
Well, you know, like it'll
Sign
say
it.
They just do it on
certified
the side.
plumbers, right?
yeah.
I don't know if that's kitchen, but individual.
Well, this kitchen is actually tied to that bathroom. It's just, it's gonna be,
It has to go
Probably.
together.
probably
Oh, and that
these,
was tied to that.
those 2 projects, it would actually be a double, only 2 projects that we would bid out, cause this kitchen and this bathroom are gonna be
Working
right.
off the same sewer.
Working off
and
the
water
same
line.
sewer and water, and that kitchen, that bathroom are working off of the same line, probably.
And it may not even be fixed, I mean, capable of being fixed if the problem is under the blacktop from here to the road. I don't know.
Well, and if that's the case, it's just a matter of finding that spot and fixing that, and then all of this will start working again, probably.
But I got a feeling it's the collapse. Cause it's in the back here.
Well, we'll just see what they say. If it's ungodly, then I don't think it's worthwhile to. I mean, I don't know, maybe we can get a garden hose or a portable hand station or something, I don't
told you
know.
we'd get a porta potty.
I think you're gonna have some facility.
I think so
You know,
too.
and you're kinda joking about it, but a porta potty would be better than what you've got now. Right?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's not desirable, but it's a public facility.
And it requires to have accessible.
Right.
They make portable hand washing stations, I mean, that we use on jobs all the time, so. Worst case scenario, we could do that. I mean,
So we'll just wait and see what they say.
yeah, see what she comes back with, we'll go from there. Alright, next on the agenda is monthly meeting time change. I'd like to change the, Lana, you get off 4 o'clock, right? I'd like to change the regular meeting time to 4 o'clock. That's what time Lana gets off.
That sounds good.
Well, that gives time for you to pick your kids up
Well,
and,
I'd like to see it
uh,
4:30. give Lana time to close up, get over here.
Hey, I can leave early. Don't take me 2 minutes to cross the street.
Do you
I'm just
want,
trying to get some leeway there.
do you want 4:30, Lana?
I don't care.
It's up to you all. It don't matter to me.
Cause I'm retired, I can be here anytime.
You, 4:30 better for you, Lana, or 4?
I like 4.
Okay,
4.
that sounds good then, we'll say that. Second Tuesday,
Yeah, same meeting time, just
Just
change it to
making
4
that.
instead of 3.
okay.
Make a motion.
I make a motion, to change it to 4 o'clock, the regular scheduled meeting.
Second.
Second. Ayes, nays,
That works
Ayes
good
carried.
for me too.
Alright, next is, discussion on the unemployment and tax rates.
No, what about the insurance?
Oh, I'm sorry. The insurance cancellation. Melanie, you wanna,
We were carrying insurance on the church building. So,
or I think it was 450,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do we need to do on that, Mike?
Just send a notice of cancellation or
Cancellation.
just call the agent and say, the building's gone, so we need to cancel the policy. And you should be entitled to a refund for the unused portion of it.
Now, do we need to keep any type of insurance, like property?
Well, it's a
Or what do we need to do here? I
Builders
don't
too,
know.
maybe.
Well, it's a different policy, okay? What you insured before was a church building, so that policy has to be canceled.
Okay,
Yes, the county, how can I explain this? Because you are a county affiliated entity, your property would be covered under the county's liability policy. So carrying a separate liability policy would not be required. A lot of agencies do it, simply because it's part and parcel to insuring the structure. You know, they don't really separate out the insurance on liability for people coming into a building versus just walking across the property itself. But he's right. Once construction begins, you'll definitely want construction insurance because there's some property on the land that could either be damaged or stolen.
like a builder's insurance or
Right,
something?
right. It's for lack of a better word, it's a temporary insurance until the construction's complete. And then they write a policy on the structure once it's completed. But while it's in construction, there is coverage available for that, and you definitely want that. Things happen. You know, in Morgan County, they were almost done with the new Justice Center, and then the tornado came, and they had to start all over again. So, had it not been for them having insurance on that, that would have been a tragedy financially. So, canceling the policy on the church is necessary, but at the same time, making sure that you're lined up to have a separate policy for the new building as it begins construction.
Okay, I understand all that.
yeah,
That need to be put in the motion.
to cancel it probably.
Yes.
So moved. We cancel this policy since the building is gone.
School board needs a second.
Okay, second, everybody in favor say aye. All opposed, nay. Ayes have it.
Brent, is that secure out there where they tore that down with the fence and stuff? Is there a lock and things on that to keep people off of it?
It's, I think it's.
Are there a lock on
I
it?
think there is.
Or-
I think, there's a lock on it.
I just see anything.
There's no,
No,
did
I
you
was just
look?
wondering,
I don't know.
kind of people
Yeah.
being out there, you know,
I
possibly
didn't,
Yeah, I think
fall and getting hurt or whatever.
John told me to text him if I needed anything, let me ask him. During the meeting, ask him.
I didn't ask about a lot, but
That's normal procedure for a construction company.
That's his
I
name.
hadn't paid any attention to past there, so I didn't know if it was locked or not.
Cause I haven't been out of the car, I just passed by.
I ain't either. If they ain't a lock on it, I talked to him and had him to put one on, and
That's a good one.
he can give leave a key here with, Melanie.
Well, you know, if it's not secure, you know, people could possibly get out there and fall
Yeah.
and get cut from debris that's left over, and then you're looking at possible
Big lawsuit.
lawsuit or something other, so.
He may text me back.
I'll have John to put a lock on it, and he can keep the key, and then he can leave the key here for Melanie. Does that need to be put in a motion or anything?
He could already have one on it.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm hoping to hear back from him here.
It may do it, I don't know.
You don't need a motion, just, but,
Just secure, just in a discussion.
yeah, discussion, just to ensure that.
They may be one, we'll check on it, and I'll report back next meeting. But yeah, I haven't thought about it. There should be one on it, but I don't know.
I think there is.
If they ain't, I'll run down here to True Value and put one on it myself, and give the keys to Melanie, and I'll just buy that for my own money. Cause that is a good idea.
Okay, John said, he said he'll call the demo guy and ask him if he put a lock on it. If not, I can send a guy over with one.
Good enough.
Take care of that.
Okay, next discussion on unemployment tax rates. I had all this ready to read last meeting, but I don't know if I could even,
Time.
I don't know if I could get it out or not, but, I just want the board and the public to know right here, since I got Sherman, I've been keeping up with all this. And, the unemployment taxes, they must run almost a quarter behind, which that sounds right. 2, maybe 3, close to 3 months behind, I guess, time everybody reports their information and stuff. But since I got Sherman, I've been keeping up with this right here. The month of November, Magoffin County was at 12.6%, number 1 in the state. The month of December, Magoffin County was 15.5%, number 1 in the state. The month of January, Magoffin County was number 1 by far in the state at 21%. The month of February, this must have just come out. I just printed it off before I come down here. The month of February, Magoffin County is number 1 by far in the state at, give my glasses. 21.6%. So, you know, this is why we're taking everything in consideration on cutting the budget down and the square footage. So, it's, we're bad shape right now as far as the county on unemployment rates and jobs. Oh yeah, on the tax rates right here, I put that on there too. As of right now, I took in consideration, which I thought was the only fair consideration to do. Magoffin County, we got 6 counties that border us, so I was going off their tax rates, just to give you an idea of where we're at and where we're going to shoot for. On your library taxes, you got 4 main taxes, which is your extension services, your general, which is your county, your health, your library, and your soil conservation, and your general Magoffin County school tax. But the four main tax rates that everybody has is real estate, tangible personal, merchant's inventory, and personal watercraft, which that is the motor vehicle also. And then you got 3 more, which some has got and some has don't. Documented watercraft, personal aircraft, inventory, and transit. But what I did, I took the 4 main. Everybody's got all these. And I averaged them together. And that is the only way, the fair way to do it. And right now, Floyd County, out of the 7 counties, Floyd County comes in at number 1 at 6.4%. Johnson County comes in at number 2 at 8.9%. Morgan County, number 3 at 10.4%. And Magoffin County, number 4 at 10.9%. We're looking at cutting the budget. We're looking at cutting the size of the building down by 1/3. And we're looking at cutting the budget 25 at least 25%, maybe more, if at all possible. And have them do that. I think that's going to let us build what we can afford, which is going to be a really nice library for that size. And that will allow us to adjust our tax rates. And when we adjust them, we're going to be able to lower them. So my goal is to adjust them. This ain't nothing in stone. This is just a goal right here that I think we can meet. When we set our tax rates this summer or this fall, according to these statistics right now, and it will depend on what Morgan, Johnson, and Floyd does. I don't think they're going to be lowering them any. As bad as unemployment and the coal job loss, I think that you'll probably have to take compensating rates and raise them. So the first year we set them, we're going to theoretically go to number 3, the 3rd cheapest of all the surrounding counties. And next year we're going to be able to go if everything stays the same at number 2. That would depend on what the Johnson and Floyd does. If they raise taxes, we may be at number 2 or possibly number 1. But right now, looking at everything, we're going to be able to go from number 4 to number 2, and my goal is to get us to number 1. So we are going to lower taxes if ever things changes every year. Job losses and stuff like that. But as of right now, I think we can lower them 2.4% across the board, and everybody be taxed fairly, and that's my goal.
What would those rates be? What would those rates be? What would the number be?
I'm looking to go to a flat tax of 8% across the board.
On both, so 8 on both real and personal then?
Well, actually 8 across the board on everything. Real estate, tangible personal, merchant's inventory, personal watercraft, which is motor vehicle also, documented watercraft, personal aircraft, and inventory and transit. From what I can find out, the health department is at a flat tax of 8% all across the board. They've got it on the documented watercraft, personal aircraft, and inventory and transit. That I can find out, I don't think they've collected any money on them 3. If they did, it's just been very little. Cause like personal aircraft, I don't know if anybody's got an airplane here.
And I know that the way that the tax works right now, you will have to, that is perfectly doable with real and personal. We would have to check and see how to do the motorcraft, because that was set in the 70s and is not changed in any way. So you're 2.57 for that one, and that doesn't adjust. You're sent something from that agency every year saying, do you want to accept this or not accept it, basically is what you get. I would check and see further on how you would go about doing that, but I know that's the way it's handled up to this, as far as I'm aware. Well, the other ones you will receive, and those are what you set.
Yeah, I've been checking on it, but like I said, I've looked at the other. I've been looking at other libraries in our district and throughout the state, and a lot of libraries is going to a flat tax, and they're upping from what I can find out, you can do that.
Okay, yeah, that, like I said.
Then again, that's something I gotta check into, but, yeah, a lot of libraries is doing that, so I know we can be able to do that. Or not 100%, just, that way it'll be a fair tax to everybody. Right now, all the taxes is going on the businesses and the real estate property. But I think we can do, and when you go to a flat tax, my understanding, you are allowed to do it across the board like that. And then if you had to, then if you're able to lower it a little bit more, you can lower everybody a little bit. God forbid, if you gotta raise it, you can raise everybody a little bit. And right now, the biggest hit is the property owner. The property owner is taking the biggest hit that they are. I mean, that's our biggest income on tax rates. So if we can keep that down, we can help everybody in the county. But I will check on that, but I've been told we can do a flat tax like that. We can hit the flat tax in 2 years, we can adjust it a little bit, and we can hit it in 2 years, a flat tax of 8%. So that'll be lowering it to exactly 2.4% across the board, which I think is really good for Magoffin County. And that'll take us to number 2, the cheapest. I don't wish no bad luck on Floyd County, but the massive job loss in the coal industry, I think they'll probably have to take a compensating rate and raise their taxes. I don't wish no ill luck for our benefit, but I hope we can get it number 1. But I will have to check on all this. But it's my understanding we can do the flat tax across the board. They've never bothered the personal vehicle watercraft. I've looked at other counties. They went to a flat tax and they'll let you do that. But anyway, that's just our goal. We're gonna lower taxes. Everybody's telling the rumor we're gonna raise taxes. We can adjust them and help everybody out and lower taxes a little bit.
Too many rumors and not enough facts.
Yeah, and like I said, I've checked, every county tax in Magoffin County, I've checked extension services, the general, which is the county, the health, the soil conservation, and the school. And as of right now, there's not one of all the surrounding counties, there ain't one taxing district that comes in number 2. Everything is number 3 or greater. So, we're gonna hit if we can hit number 2, that's great. And my goal is number 1. That should be it. Regional report, Tim Gant.
Okay, I'll pass this out to you. This just has some information on it that you will probably want to be aware of.
Just one sheet.
Yeah, one sheet. Take a look at it. What you'll see on there on the front page is your reminder that the,
One more, make sure it's,
just one, front and back.
it's all you do.
But if you look, it's a reminder that your UFR is due. And that is your uniform financial information report that's due to the DLG by May 1st. The annual conference in ALA is coming up, National Library Legislative Day, where we send some representatives to the U.S. Capitol to talk about libraries. School-ready libraries. This is an initiative that's taking place that Melanie's probably going to want to read up on, make the board aware of. But I would encourage you to take a look at this information. The summer reading conference is going to merge. This is once again information that's better for Melanie, but usually the summer reading has its own separate conference. They're going to be merging it with the KLA annual conference. A webinar that you may be interested in, this is intellectual property awareness for public libraries and their customers. But what I really wanted to point out is on the back, and I know that you have been involved in other information, and I know that you've been working on this. This is information about the budgets and some of the things that you need to be aware of whenever you're setting your state budget or your library budget. So you'll just want to read over that, take a look at it, and be aware of that information. That's all I got for you today. Yeah,
I will have to check in on that, Tim, but I I have checked with other libraries, and a lot of libraries is going to a flat tax across the board.
Yeah.
And it's like the health department right now. The health department's got, well, even though our health department comes in the 6th highest out of the 7 counties, it is, they've got it set at 8% straight across the board.
Yeah, and I know that you'll have no problem with that. I wasn't sure how that works with motor vehicle, because we don't deal with that, that I've seen in the past.
Yeah, I've looked at other libraries.
The other two, I know you'll have no problem
I
setting
looked at
that.
the other libraries, and they've adjusted their motor vehicle rate.
Okay.
And what it does, it helps everybody. Well, just to give you an example, like Wolf County right now. See, your real estate that's what hits people's pockets so bad. Okay, that's our biggest income. Well, now if we can do a flat tax of 8 across the board, that's fair to the poor, middle class, rich. That's fair to business. That's fair to everybody. Nobody gets broke up. Well, right here in Wolf County, their real estate is 11.5%. Their business taxes is 22.7%. Okay. Morgan County's 9.9 on the real estate, and motor vehicles 5%. And anyway, I had every county, but anyway, it goes on. I mean,
Yeah,
Breathitt-
and that's been KDLA's recommendation for the last several years. Is if it's possible for you to do so, you should bring those numbers in line so that they are not out of sync, where you've got a 8% real estate and a 20% tangible property, because it just doesn't. The system doesn't work right when it's set up that way.
No.
And that's been our recommendation. So it will.
Here's a good reason I'm wanting to do that. See, like your general, which is your county, on your real estate is 43.6%, and your business taxes is 71.31%. I mean, it's just so high, and I've got the tax rates right here. Magoffin County comes in at number 7, the highest of all the surrounding counties at 50.6%. Next to Magoffin, coming in at number 6, is Knott County. They're just at 19.8%. So that's almost triple.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one reason businesses has a hard time in this. I mean,
Taxing.
yeah, I mean they're taxing. I mean, yeah, well, I mean they just can't afford to come in here. The tax rates is so high. So if we can lower them and tax everybody the same, we're going to be able to help everybody. But I will check in on that, but I've been told we can do that. Okay, are there any, where we at?
You're not ready for
I can't
adjournment.
keep pace straight
No,
one
we
bit.
need to go into executive session to discuss litigation,
Yes.
please.
Oh, yeah,
What's on it now?
we got litigation to go into.
I'm sorry, I had that, I put it in.
Okay, I make a motion,
Executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session for litigation.
I was trying to squeeze everything on one page and just dumped it. I had it at the last one. I'm sorry, not.
That's why I waited till the end.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put it on the end too, and then I was trying to get this all squeezed in.
Discussion, eh?
Mhm.
Okay,
No discussion from the floor.
any discussion from the floor?
I'd like to address the board.
Go ahead.
When the contractors were met up at the old historical building, or I'll call it a church, they were given a package of what they had to do and what had to be done. And the first thing that the project manager for Codell said to them was, before one brick could be taken off that church, there had to be a chain link fence around it. Now, when the church was started at 6 o'clock in the morning, or about that time, there was not a fence around it. And then, I don't know when it was, but then a plastic fence was put up. Now, if you're concerned about the public of Magoffin County, why did you tear this church down without a chain link fence around it?
The construction project was, handled by Codell Construction.
Well,
So that's it.
you are,
Well, let me finish.
I addressed the board, not you.
Well, this is a legal question, so I'm gonna answer it.
He's our lawyer.
The project of demolition is managed by Codell Construction. So if you have any questions about how that was performed, you need to direct that to Codell
Well,
Construction.
don't you think if someone was hurt, that it would fall back on your hands?
Possibly.
board?
Was someone hurt?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, is Codell gonna follow the rules, or is he gonna do like he wants to?
No, we expect him to follow the rules.
Well, you didn't let him follow the rules that morning at 6 o'clock.
Well, maybe you don't understand the relationship.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I know what rules are, and when a rule is stated,
Okay,
it needs to be followed.
okay, well, that's a question that should be directed to Mr. Codell.
No, I'm addressing this board, and I'm addressing Mr. Patrick.
Okay, but I'll
He's the
answer-
chairman of this board.
He is, but you asked a legal question, so I answered it.
Well, and then I wanna read a statement to you that was made after you all came out of closed session. And I want to tell this board something, that I am my own person. I don't be pulled by other people. And I want a new library for this county. Now but I also wanted things to be done right with the demolition of the church. And this was what Mr. Patrick said when he came out of executive session in the March 21st meeting, and these are exact words. I move that the board take no action on the demolition of the church until we receive a report from Codell Construction regarding the total available funds for the library construction project. All right?
We did.
Sorry, y'all.
If that was put in a motion, then why was it have to be, I talked to Tim outside and he's gonna check on it for me, but I'm also gonna check to see if that was seconded.
Okay.
Well, who gave the authority to tear the church down then?
The board.
Not all the board.
The vote was taken.
When?
March.
Well, Mr. Patrick, he made a motion that the church not be torn down on the 21st. You didn't have another meeting after that.
We didn't need to have another meeting.
I knew you'd say that.
Didn't the hearing, reinstate the motion by the previous board when they,
Yeah, the motion of the board was to demolish the church. A lawsuit was filed, and a request was made of the judge, that there would be no demolition until a temporary injunction hearing was conducted. Temporary injunction hearing was conducted, the motion for an injunction was overruled, therefore there was no order in place that would prevent the demolition. When there was no order in place to prevent the demolition, the decision of the board had already been made to demolish, so they went forward.
Another thing I wanted to say is, why wasn't there, if you're interested in saving money, why wasn't the trim taken out of that building and sold? Why wasn't the columns sold? Why wasn't the 3 air conditioners that was out back, why weren't they sold to the general public? Or as Mr. Patrick's so concerned about the poor in this county, why weren't these pieces of equipment given to the public?
Well, the board can't give things
Well,
away.
you mean, what happened to the 3 air conditioners?
I have no idea.
Well, if you can't give it away, you should know what happened to them. And when the tornado came, my dad's barn was destroyed, and we sold the lumber off of it to a firm in Lexington, and he heard that the board about a year ago was going to be, that the building was going to be torn down. And he called me up about the columns, and he was willing to give as much as $5,000 for the columns. But no, nothing was checked out on that. It was just to tear it down, to get it down as quick as you could. Now, we'll never have that historical building back. I don't wanna talk to you.
No, you let me tell you
No,
something.
I'm not talking to you.
They was a person that wanted those columns and inspected them, and they wouldn't buy them because they wasn't worth nothing.
Now, I'm saying what I'm saying, so this man went and looked at them. I want a library for this county, but I was also told that this church wouldn't be torn down, and he knows who it is.
Anything else from the public? Make a motion to adjourn. Got a second?
Take a second.
I've got a 3-year-old, it's hard for me to do this. Be an active citizen. How long have y'all, it's just like yes or no, 5-second questions here, I don't have any big philosophical
Why don't you just ask me?
things.
They're already adjourned, so you can just go ahead and ask me.
How long have y'all not had a bathroom?
They've only
We
been-
Functioning bathroom?
We have a functioning bathroom. It's just, it needs to be repaired.
How long has it been since you've not been able to wash your hands in your bathroom? I'm just questioning. Y'all knew I was standing out there, I mean, it ain't like, y'all knew I
I
wanted to
don't
ask some
know the
questions.
exact,
You would probably have to go back to the former librarian.
Has it been that long?
We've
See,
had
there's
problems
what-
For years.
yeah,
So
it's
since
just
like what,
depends.
2007,
Oh, oh,
and y'all address it today? Okay.
No,
curious.
it's been addressed.
Why and where are last week's minutes? Were they published?
we don't publish.
Or not last
minutes.
week's? You don't publish them?
No,
You don't make them available to the public?
it's open record law.
Oh, okay, open record, so we have to file
Freedom
Freedom of Information request, yes, okay. Let's see, how many of you attend the Salyersville First Baptist Church?
I've been there several times.
You have?
Been
You go?
several times. Weddings, not a member.
Not a member?
Several times. I've
How many
gone
of y'all
to
are
church.
members? Out of the 5 sitting here? None?
The only reason I went is one of the members asked me to go
That's a very
as a participant.
inappropriate question to ask somebody whether they are attending church.
It's common knowledge, I could just go to church on Sunday and see them there, I guess
Well,
that'd
that's a
be a
different
different way.
thing. You're asking for.
What about the
membership information.
treasurer of the church? Where was he today? Was he here?
He doesn't come to this.
Oh, he doesn't. He's not on the board. Oh, not anymore. He was on the board when
He
y'all
was
bought the
never on
building.
board.
When the building was bought, he
The
was.
treasurer at the church was never on the board.
No, that's,
Hmm.
No, that's
being run.
Okay, let's see. How many of you bought? Oh, one more question. Where would I have to do an open request act to find out where the other $160,000 went? I've heard, I know y'all spent $250 on the building, $45 to tear it down, and you had $44,500 left over. Can I subpoena or ask, do an open request ask for the, the account information?
Yes.
Cause there's like, what, 166,000 floating around somewhere, I guess? No? It's all accounted for?
Your numbers are wrong.
Huh?
Your numbers are wrong.
Well, I don't know how much the insurance costs and all that jazz. Okay.